So they just picked it up right away and started working on it. So I haven't had any issues, and maybe it's a communication gap. I don't know.
Well, I'm looking at the MDDC. There's several of them that are at booked status. So what I'm doing is just double checking a couple things here. Bear with me 1 second. Well, these are sitting at book status, but they're all in-house build. They're not straight pickup ads, so they're never going to be asking for anything. In-house build basically means that we have to upload the components. So I'm not really sure that I can do anything with these particular ads. These are MDDC ads that are in-house build 6-column, and they're waiting for the upload the camera-ready materials directly into the products.
So if we indicate straight pickup, what is the build supposed to be?
Well, straight pickup means that there's a previous ad. So if the ad's actually changing, in other words, if you're getting a fresh or a new ad, then it truly is an in-house build. The difference between in-house build and ad drop is who's going to be responsible to upload the material. Will it be the customer? Will it be MDDC's responsibility to upload into emailed link, or is it going to be the AE's responsibility to go into eProofs and upload the materials? That's what the in-house build indicates, that AE is responsible, not the customer.
So if it's a straight pickup, then none of those should be hit.
None of those above, none of the above, because a straight pickup is saying that go to ticket 2320938. If that ad is delivered, and if it's within 15 days of the first run date, get that ad and deliver it automatically, as this one has been done. But that means going and getting an ad that already exists in the system. In-house build means that there's a fresh ad coming in or fresh components that are going to be required to build the ad.
Okay, well, we thought that Tina, we had to hit one of those no matter what.
Yeah, no, so Tina, you scheduled it correctly. It's just in-house build can equal either a camera-ready ad or the rep uploading stuff for the ad to be built. In other words, it's coming from the rep, not from the customer. So, yeah, so what you did there was correct. It's just even if it's a camera-ready ad, you're indicating you're going to take care of it, not the customer.
This is
okay, but we don't we don't have to if it's straight pickup. Nobody has the customer doesn't have to do it, the agency doesn't have to do it, and the AE doesn't have to do it.
Right. If you have a pickup number like you did on the other ad and you put the pickup number in, it should pull it in.
Right. So I just want to clarify it. So when it is a straight pickup and we have the pickup number, the ticket number down at the bottom, we do not hit anything in the built drop-down.
You would select, yeah, it would be a straight pickup.
There is no straight pickup on the built.
David, I'm sorry, go back to the, I don't know if you saw.
It's either ad drop component, do not build, or in-house build. So we don't touch anything on that. Is that correct?
We tell you and we train you that you always the in-house build, and then because it is still required that you have to choose the source or else it will fail. But technically speaking, you are correct that if you choose straight pickup with alterations, built becomes totally irrelevant.
But that's what's hanging it up.
That's not, it's not the issue. There's a time delay for a straight pickup. It only picks up a certain number of days prior to the first run date, because if that was the case, then if you book something out for 6 months from now, it would try to pick it up immediately. We don't want to pick up something that you're scheduling for 6 weeks out or 6.
Okay, I understand that.
Yeah.
Now, David, this is Robin. I had an ad that was camera ready that I put in the system, and I put it in the in-house build, and they went and recreated the whole ad. And so there is some issues there with that.
Robin, do you have a ticket number for that David could look at it?
Yeah, we'll take a look.
I don't have it right in front of me, but it was for Applied Bank, so I mean I can get that to you.
Well, hold on.
But
hang on, he can search by customer.
Not a problem. Let me just, while we're here, let me bring up, right now what we're looking at on the screen is straight pickup ads for any publication running over the next 2 weeks within the Chesapeake region. And at this point, I have nothing sitting at book. I have bailed. I have a waiting pickup, but I have nothing that's just sitting at book status. So anytime that you schedule something as a straight pickup and it's sitting at book status, please, let us know. I'd like to see that. There may be just a simple little adjustment that needs to be done or something, but normally what would happen is it should be at a status of awaiting pickup.
Hey, David, this is Paul Myers. I have an example I can share with you right now.
Okay.
It's ticket number 2325391.
A little slower.
2325391. It's a pickup from the May issue of Health, the Lifestyle for the June issue. And I believe I did the PROD key correctly, but it's showing booked in eProofs. If you could just correct me on how I should handle that. I checked in Brainworks. I showed where I put a pickup number in. I did not select alterations.
Now it's at book status and it's at 10 days, and it is at straight pickup. So let me I'll investigate this one further.
Okay.
Because within 10 days, it should, well, that's the deadline.
But it's a straight pickup, so
Hold on a second. I'm counting backwards here. I gotta take my shoes off. It's not 15 days prior to the first run date. Remember, we're not going to try to pick up until, so the first run date is the 3rd. So if you look at a calendar, June 3rd is a Sunday. So 1, 2, it's not going to try to pick it up until probably the 18th or 19th.
Okay.
Dave, I think what we're all trying to say is it happens a lot to everybody. Even if I book an ad now that runs next week, it still doesn't change to book. We think there's a glitch in the system that it's not picking it up.
Well, we'll have to investigate each one of those, but we are trying to get them to change it so that they are looking at 15 days prior to the first deadline, not the first run date. But in this particular is beyond that range. Now we were supposed to look up something for Robin.
Yes, I think it was Applied Bank.
Yeah.
Robin, either of those look like the one you were referring to?
Robin, did we lose you?
Robin, you might.
Yes, I accidentally hung up my phone.
Okay.
Welcome back.
Either one of these, a full-page ad, or looks like
it's an auction ad that was done in February.
Okay. All right. So I think that's the second one.
This one here. Got it. And what was the difficulty again?
It's ticket 2306404.
Got it. So what was the issue?
The issue was I uploaded the ad, camera ready, and they went in and recreated it, and it came back with spelling errors and everything.
Oh, okay, gotcha. I appreciate you refreshing my memory on that. Here, let's take a look.
And I might mention for those that are fairly new that David's in AdWatch, which the managers have access to, and we've been getting trained on that way. Betsy, Roger, Brian, myself should be able to go in and try to take a look, as David is now, at some additional info that is not available to you in eProofs.
Hold on for a second. We're dealing with an emergency here.
I will mention to all of you, and I'll only do this if David is comfortable because it's still being tweaked, but the web-based dashboards for Brainworks is now ready. And so I will push that link out. It's a web page. You don't need to be inside the firewall. And you log in like you're logging into Brainworks. And then you actually get to customize and build your own dashboard based on about a half a dozen widgets that they have available. And a couple of them are still being tweaked. But for example, when you get the link, if you go to top gainers and losers, that widget is ready. And you can actually have more than one dashboard. So when you first log in, it's going to ask you to create and name a dashboard. And you could say Dennis 1. And then I can have some widgets on Dennis 1 and go in and create a second dashboard and have that be Dennis 2. So if David's comfortable with it, I'll push that out, and then we'll do a training session next week on it. But for those of you that like to play around with it, I think you'll enjoy where we're headed with the dashboards. David, are you back?
Yeah, sorry about that. We're having some trouble with it looks like the ad that was uploaded originally failed. Let's see why it failed. Well, that's interesting. The history was telling me something else. Let me check this again.
Looks like size rejected.
Size rejected. Is not within the tolerance.
Looks like crop marks.
Well, usually the crop marks will trim out. But the text might have hosed it up. Let's see what they did. This was the first pre-flight. What they ended up having to do is put it down on the InDesign document and resize the ad. So they had to basically, I believe, take it apart. Let's see how big of the ad was. It's supposed to be a 6-column by 12-inch ad.